This is my morning routine with the birds now. I'm gonna start feeding them in the morning because it's mating season, I believe. This is right over near where I play. One of my grocery carts that I use. There's another one right here next to me. There's another one right here over there. And the reason is because I block the so people can see me or whatever. It gives me a little sense of privacy, and that's not asking for much. But Buena Park has stated that when they've already got me twice. Yeah, I was arrested for being homeless. Um, Planet Fitness moved out at Anaheim Town Center in Anaheim, and I had to do 30 days, 60 days with half means that you have to do half of the sentence at Lacey, Theo Lacey in Anaheim. And in the jail were hardened criminals and prisoners that ran the facility, much like government. The politics in there, you could just literally cut it with a knife, or you couldn't. It was pathetic and sad. But here's the thing: I'm a Christian. Okay, 15 years, with Christ now in my heart as my Lord and my Savior. I'm not the best example of a Christian. I don't claim to be. Who really is, except God? Okay. And as a matter of fact, the title of my playlist today is a new, and like you're a new, it's a new, it's like a rebirthing of an everyday kind of thing. And that's kind of, what I feel like this morning, because I thought both of my phones got stolen last night, but my Bluetooth speaker didn't, and my microphone and the stand didn't get stolen. That's right next to me here somewhere. There's the microphone right there, the stand. I literally have to sleep with this stuff under my head, behind me, everything, because I'm going to make a pillow out of it. Because the only way that they're going to get that, and I've been robbed in Buena Park since I've been here, coming up on 3 years now, in excess of 30 times. 30 times, and it's all been by homeless. All been by homeless. Homeless. The same as me. I'm trying to help, and, what happened, and I'll close with this, but to be continued, okay? Reason being is this is a chapter and verse. I'm writing a couple of books documenting. One's called Streetwise, and it's all about being on the street. It's all about how to survive on the street, primarily without a weapon. And I did that consistently for, up until the COVID thing came into play. Then I started realizing how many, people were just like losing their cool, and just the things that I've been seeing and consistently on a daily basis. I know you guys do too, okay? Because it's not just happening here. Unfortunately, it's happening everywhere. And the only thing that is going to be able to change that is God, But He's going to work through us to change it. And that's why I try to utilize my music to make a difference. And what I say is because God gives me the right words to say. I try to focus on the right today as opposed to what is wrong in our world. There's so much wrong around us, but there's still right. You can find the right even in the wrong. Wow. That's powerful, man. I'm not, Einstein, God gives me these little things to say, hyperboles, whatever you want to call it, brain, call it Alzheimer's if you want. I don't care what you call it. And you don't have to tell me. If you got something negative to say, I really don't want to hear it, And I deal with that with my family almost on a regular basis. I am the black sheep of my family. But my family lives a lot better than I'm living. I'm going to show you. This is my surroundings. Okay? Now this all gets put all neatly folded away, consistent, everything, you know. This is where I live. And how I turn out like this is only, a miracle, but for the grace of God, there go I, or here I come. Here comes the sun, you know. Um, SON or SUN, whichever way, there's a song about everything, too. Um, George Harrison. I think I'll put that song on my and I'll pull something out of talking to somebody or listening to something or experiencing something, and that's what gives me the ideas. And God, He speaks to me. I find pennies on the ground. I call them pennies from heaven, and they are. A lot of times they're the scratcher pennies, that I see people. So that money's coming from somewhere, and I just pray that it's not a family that's taking a loss because someone else is trying to make a gain for themselves. To me, I don't gamble. Mainly, I like watching it and stuff like that, and I like people having a good time. But when it becomes a disease like alcoholism or drug addiction or whatever, and I've experienced both. I don't experience that anymore. I don't wake up with hangovers anymore. I don't wake up hating, life. I don't wake up thinking about killing myself. And I've tried that even twice. When my dog was dying of cancer, my best friend, who's like a surrogate father to me, I called every day. Lyle Smith, rest in peace, brother, died of cancer. And my company embezzled all the money. It was a children's cartoon company, animation company. And I went from a $300 a week draw against commission with that company to over $100,000 in 1 year net, because I thought that was going to fix me. The Corvette that I bought, two of them actually. I had to take one back. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Money does not buy happiness. I came up with this one. It makes the bumps in the road a lot smoother. Or I heard it from somebody, But I hold on to things, like my grandpa, he said it's all in the eyes. Money will not buy happiness, but it makes the bumps in the road a lot smoother. I'm probably more content inside, not on the outside, okay? Outside looking in, than I've been in a long time. But this will all come to an end. And the money that comes into play, I'll utilize it for the good, because we only have so long, in this world. And I'll be 60. January 28th is my birthday, and I have developed quite a following, on the internet and so forth. So I want to speak out, about like I said, what's right as opposed to what's wrong. Let's look at the right and not the wrong, if we can, just for today. You got that from Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm not breaking anonymity. I think they break their own more so. I primarily like Celebrate Recovery because of the music, and it's through the church, so you get the best of both worlds. The music, laughter is God's medicine, and music is the universal language. That's the code I live by. And when I started playing last night, I started feeling better. I could feel some songs I played, like 10cc, I'm Not in Love. What a relaxing song. As a matter of fact, I'll put that on for you and I'll play. Maybe I'll try to even learn on the harmonica. But there's just so many things that you can reach for that are at your beck and call, your disposal, it doesn't cost you anything, but just a little of your time, And if you ain't got time, man, no time to fall on my way to better things. I found myself some wings. Yeah, the Guess Who. So again, there's all types of things. I get a lot of my thoughts, and so do the musicians, the artists that write. Think about it. They write about, the most hard times, horrible times, pathetically horrible times, whatever you want to call it in their life, consistently. Stairway to heaven, man. To where? Heaven. Oh, really? Where's heaven? Heaven on earth? or is there really a heaven? I believe there is. I don't know what heaven's like, and my mother, my grandmother, my father, grandfather, no one's come back and say, "Hey, James, guess what? Yeah, you know what? If you look over to your left, that's heaven." Okay, and then if you look to your right, that's God, and that's what He really looks like. Not the picture you saw in Good Times on the television show, or the one that you had hanging in your house in the '70s. Remember that one, guys? Some of you might, some of you may be a little too young to remember, but those are the things that we treasure that stayed with us till now, and continue to stay with us. Why wouldn't we, Like Grandpa used to say, it's all in the eyes, James. I've been told it's one of my biggest assets, feature-wise, on the, that physical part. My eyes, my eyes have seen the glory. I'm just using that. I'm not saying I've seen the glory, but I really, I don't know. I'm probably not making sense right now, and I'll edit this out. But maybe when I start, I'm probably the hardest on myself than anybody, and always have been. But that's given me that edge of the artist, whether it be in drawing, picture, cartoons, which I learned to draw by watching my brother, who won a scholarship, to Pratt Art Institution in Brooklyn, New York. And that's how I learned how to be a disc jockey. Jugger Jim, boys ain't do well. Not feel just well, put this on right now. Party like hell. That's mine. That's a registered trademark. I got a patent on it, guys, so don't try to steal it. No, dude. I don't care. You can use it, man. I mean, do whatever. Again, there's so many things that I like to do, that I don't do, and I know that all of us fall into that, I'm sure, at some point. And, if you say, no, that ain't me, he's full of shit, whatever, that's fine, man. Maybe I am, maybe this is all just an illusion, Welcome to the grand illusion. There, that sticks. So, I get a lot from music. So with that, I'm going to turn to somehow putting together some of my playlist right now, and Dire Straits I got on there. I've got Lady Rider. I've got I Want My Money for Nothing. You like that one? I guess that song is about the Dire Straits having seen some people moving color TVs and whatnot in New York, and Mark Knopfler, I believe, of Dire Straits wrote that, maybe by himself. I think he's pretty much the kingpin to that band. Sultans of Swing, some of these songs are just amazing. And MTV, shame on you, you were the keypin for a lot of us, man, in the 80s, when you came out. Go back to your old format, man. Show the videos, show the music videos. You put so many bands on the map. Even Beavis and Butthead did. Mike Judge, what an amazing man. And then after Tom Petty and Luann, died on the show, the character of Luann, Brittany Murphy. Yeah, I was a big fan, man, and she was pregnant. So how can you write the pregnancy out unless she has a miscarriage? And what kind of is that going to do for the viewing audience? So he shut the door on it, and but I hope he comes out with another one, and maybe he has. To be honest with you, I don't even watch TV anymore because I skip commercials. I watch old shows on YouTube like Cannon, Columbo, Barnaby Jones, the old Quinn Martin stuff. And I know I'm hitting some key notes with some people out there because it hit with me. It's kind of it's TV drama, detective kind of stuff, but there's not a lot of blood. Like I was a big fan of Sopranos. Don't get me wrong, but not the HBO version. I would watch it on A&E because when I did finally get a chance to watch it on HBO, it was too much. No offense, Steven Spielberg, but Saving Private Ryan. I saw some guys in the audience literally go into PTSD. That was a little overkill. You don't start off a movie D-Day, and I know this was the real deal, But why do you have to show it right at the beginning? You know, I mean, it was a very too much movie for me. The other one was Mel Gibson's, The Passion of Christ. I saw that on a director's cut. I'm an actor. Um, I haven't worked in a long time. That's the first spokesmodel for Apple Computer, 1988. Polaroid camera picked me up after that. They're both kicking ass. They're both back on the shelves, and yet I can't seem to get myself, the leg up, for myself. I need somebody to like give me a push, and it's hard for me to reach out to people too. But maybe not after today. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm going to change overnight. That just doesn't happen. Change is a process. It's like when you make wine. You don't have wine as soon as you put grapes, in the bottle. You have to let it sit, and ferment. And it takes many, many years, sometimes hundreds of years, until this stuff, well, not hundreds, but 50 years, 25, 30 years, and those are the best, varietals out there. When I worked at Trevina in St. Helena, I loved that restaurant. They didn't really love me though, but that's okay. What I was doing was I was looking on the internet, and Trevinia's still around, and boy, am I using up some data on this thing, huh? Anyway, I don't know how much of this I'm going to run, or I don't even know if it's running right now. I just kind of needed to hear myself say that. So God bless you guys. I love you, man, and stay safe. Wear a mask. More to come. Jungle Jim, voice ain't too well, not feeling too swell. Put this on right now and party like hell. I'm out.